Today I'm sad. Why is it so hard to say goodbye to, especially to someone you care about? Today I'm having to say goodbye, or more precisely, au revoir, to my nephew Sagar, who was here with me for a few months. That's him getting ready for his taxi to the station. I am going to drop him off, and this will be the journey to London Heathrow. Cue road trip music. The reason I enjoyed having him here for the last few months is because he's into the same things that I am: photography, cinematography, vlogging. And it's wonderful to work with somebody that you can collaborate with. You can discuss the same kind of things, the leading lines, slow exposures, ISO, that kind of concepts. And you both help each other do better work, get better with your stuff. And for that reason, I quite enjoyed having him here, and I'm going to miss our collaboration. Creativity, cinematography, photography, these are all creative endeavors. And creativity is all about ideas. The more you have, the better ideas you have, the better your work will get. And I am a strong believer in ideas regardless of the source. Somebody could be younger, less experienced, less educated, but they might have great ideas that may help you in your work, in your project. On the other hand, somebody could be older, more experienced, professional with better gear, but they might even have great ideas, but they might not have ideas that suit you. So that won't be useful to you. So I always believe that you should take ideas from any source and evaluate them on their merits, regardless of who's giving them. So like Sagar has helped me a lot in recent projects because he had some great ideas which I adopted, and my vlog benefited, my filmmaking benefited from that. And this exchange of ideas between us, it's worked both ways. It has helped both of us. And that's why I think that working with somebody who is into the same things and then being open to other people's ideas is kind of like a requirement to do great work, to be better with your creative projects. As I mentioned to you before, that I liked having Sagar around because he's into the same things that I am. cinematography, photography, that sort of thing. But another reason why I like him is because he's family, and we have always gotten along very, very well indeed. And but I want to clarify here is that I always believe that family is always family, but family is not always the family. I know, clear as mud. Let me explain. Family is always family. You always take care of your family, you always do whatever you can to keep them safe, to keep them happy, and you would do anything to solve any problem that comes in their way. But family is it's not always people who are related to you by blood. That's what I mean. Family is anyone that you gel with, anybody that you get along with, anybody who cares for you and you care for them. So, for example, it could be people that are not related to you by blood, but simply somebody who is technically a friend, but you consider them family. For example, my dad's family. I have known most of these people maybe like 4 years, 5 years maximum, some even much less than that. But I consider them family because I know that they care for me. I'm always happy to see them. They're always very pleased to see me, and we get along very well. So that makes them my family, because if I have any troubles, I would go to one of them. And vice versa. If they have any issues, if they have any problems, and I can do anything in my power to help them, I would step up and do it, whatever it is. So that way, even though they're not family, but they are family. The reverse of that is true as well. So sometimes somebody you're related to by blood, but, well, enough said. So that's one of the reasons that I think Sagar and I get along very well, because we are not just family, but we are also family in the deeper sense of the word. And I'm reminded of, and excuse me this digression for a second, there is an Hindi couplet, like 2 lines of a poetry by Goswami Tulsidas, and he says, "Avat hi har se nahi, nainan nahi sne, tulsi taha na jaiye chahe kanchan barse mein," which means that if somebody is not pleased by your arrival, and if there is no affection in their eyes for you, you should definitely not go there, even if it rains gold there. I think that says it all. So I've said goodbye to Sagar for the time being at Heathrow Airport, and anytime I go to the airport, what strikes me most is the duality of the place. Let me explain with a couple of examples.
Anything else to eat, Jane?
All right, thank you. The year was 2006. I was living in Germany for the time being, working on a project. And we had another colleague who was arriving from India. So me and another one of my colleagues who was already there in Germany, we went to the airport to receive her. And we were early and her flight was late. So we sat there at the airport, the arrivals, and we just there was nothing to do. So we just watched people. And anytime a flight arrived, people would come out and they would be greeted with shouts of joy, hugs and kisses, and very excited comments like, "Oh, grandma, so nice to see you," husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends. So it was such a happy scene. Then cut to 2009, I was London Heathrow going to India, departures terminal, and as I was walking around, because I always arrive at the airport with lots of time, so that I have time to look around, and if there's something goes wrong, I have time to actually make my travel. So I always arrive at the airport with plenty of time to spare. So I was just walking around and looking at people, looking at shops, and I noticed there were lots of tears being shed, lots of one more last hug, one more last kiss, and always there's another comment to make, there's always another thing to say before they let somebody go. I recall the scene from 2006, and I thought, such different scenarios, very happy, very sad. But if you think about it, one is not possible without the other. Without the departure, there is no arrival. So the sorrow might be a bad thing as we feel it, to have to say goodbye to somebody, to have to let somebody go for the time being even. But it's a good thing in a way that it lets you feel deeply. We feel that intensity of emotion when we are saying goodbye to somebody, and on the other side, that allows us to feel that intensity of happiness as well. So both are two parts of the same coin. Cut to 2019. I've just said bye to Sagar for the time being, but we'll meet again. Maybe in a few months, maybe in a year, maybe more, I don't know. It might be in UK again, it might be when I go to India, it might be in some other country completely. I don't know what the future holds. But I do know that he has to move on with his cinematography, his photography, and I have to move on with my work, my vlogging and my filmmaking, and we will both develop our skills. So by the time we meet again, we would have both progressed with our skills. We would be better photographers, we would be better cinematographers. And then when we collab again, we will make better things, we will do greater things together. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad having to say bye to him, but I do know that the future will have great things for both of us. The house does seem a bit empty without him. I'm sure he's missing me in India as well.
Yeah, he's all right.
Alright, enough moving around. Xbox on.